Hi everyone, it's Stacey from Healthy Business Finances. I just thought I would check in. End of financial year is literally just around the corner. I can't believe what we've got 11 days till end of financial year. It feels like it was literally just Christmas or Easter or something, and it's come up so quick. So I thought I'd just touch base and put a few things on your radar before end of financial year. So the first thing that we wanted to talk about is the hype that surrounds end of financial year and people spending money to get a tax deduction. Quite often what we see is people are spending money they don't have. They're buying things that they don't need, and they're getting a tax deduction, which perhaps is all great in theory, but maybe it's not actually saving them any tax in the long run. So before you spend up big, but in the next 11 days, whether that's computers, equipment, paying those extra bills before 30 June, in order to get any kind of benefit, you really need to understand your position for your business, and you need to understand how spending that money has an effect on your financial performance. So there's lots of advertising from our friends at Officeworks and every kind of stationery supplier and every equipment business saying, get in quick to get a tax deduction. And it's all very well for them to say that, but if you spend $20,000 on equipment, you don't reduce your tax by $20,000. The tax that you pay, you reduce it by whatever your tax rate is, and that will be different depending on your structure and your profitability and all kinds of things. So we have a lot of people come to us after 30 June, after the damage is done, and said, hey, I bought this piece of equipment for $30,000. I assume I'm now going to get a $30,000 refund. And that's not the case. So it's really about understanding what that means when all these businesses advertise you can get a tax deduction for it. Just be really wary of what they're actually explaining. The next thing is tax office scams. Some statistics came out, I think, last month, and there is billions of dollars that are given into ATO scams. And when I say tax office or ATO scams, it's emails that come out pretending to be the tax office or pretending to be ASIC or pretending to be a government agency requesting your bank details to pay a refund. Because we're coming up to end of financial year, a lot of people like to lodge their tax returns super early if they think they're due a refund. Just be really careful with any emails that you get requesting your bank details, requesting you to click on a link to receive a payment. Any of those, it's better to double, triple check in some instances. Worst case scenario, speak to your BAS agent, speak to your tax agent. They can log into your account and see if you're due a refund and whether or not that email is legitimate. So just an extra step of caution over the next couple of weeks as we click over to 30th of June. The other thing is really making sure your numbers are accurate. Now, I know that sounds really obvious, and with all this cloud accounting software that we have available to us, what we find is sometimes when business owners are doing the bookkeeping themselves, perhaps they're coding things to the wrong account, so it will change their numbers, and any tax predictions their tax agent is doing is potentially the wrong information being used. So recently we saw a client that had coded a lot of personal costs as business expenses, which drastically changed their financial position when we backed those out and put them to personal. So if you do need a hand with your numbers and having a once over, we do offer a free review of QuickBooks Online, Xero and Mile for any new clients. Happy to offer that in the next 11 days. We obviously can't do a million of those in the next 11 days, so we will slot them in where we can so that we can help more people. And I guess it's about, if there are potential errors in your accounting software, can you do a training session to really learn how to use that software better? Obviously, we can fix any errors and that's fine, but if we don't explain to you how to stop that from happening again, you will continually have to spend time and effort and money to fix it going forward. So if you do need a hand with your accounting software, please get in touch with us, get in touch with your own bookkeeper, get in touch with your accountant and see what services they can offer you to help you. And lastly, I'm pretty sure I had one more thing. Let me just quickly have a look at my list. Oh, it's about booking an appointment with your tax agent. Literally from the 30th of June till the 31st of October, most tax agents are completely bonkers. Everybody wants their tax done early and, you know, tick it off the list and get it done. So there's nothing wrong with reaching out to your tax agent and saying, when can you slot me in? When do I need to have my information ready? Whilst you've got them in that email or that phone call, ask them exactly what they need. You know, do they need access to your data file, and have you provided that? Do they need access to your bank statements? Do they need to see some specific receipts? If you can have all of that information ready when you go to that appointment, you should be saving down the runaround time. So you don't want to go to that appointment to get your tax done and then they say, hey, we really need a copy of the receipt when you bought that asset. I just want to see what it's all about. You have to go away and find it. You come back, they ask another question. So my suggestion is if you want to get your tax done in the next 3 to 4 months, speak to your tax agent and book in an appointment, even if it is for 3 months' time, so that you know that you are a priority and that you will have your appointment on that day and you can have everything organised. That also gives you a bit of a deadline, so you're held accountable to make sure that your numbers make sense by the time you have that meeting with your accountant. So as I said, end of financial year is a mental time for pretty much every bookkeeper and accountant out there. Our diary is pretty much slammed for the next 6 weeks, obviously making sure end of year payroll is all fully reconciled, single touch payroll is implemented, payment summaries, or what I refer to as group certificates still are given to our clients. The employees are understanding the implications of single touch payroll and having a MyGov account. So there is a lot going on. So if anybody does need help, feel free to flick us an email, support@healthybusinessfinances.com.au. Reach out on Facebook, reach out on Instagram. We will try to respond as soon as we can, but please bear with us over the next 6 weeks. It is a very, very hectic and very important time for our business. So happy end of financial year to everyone, in case I don't surface for the next 6 weeks. And we will see you on the flip side. Bye.